Thank you for your help. I feel like an empty space inside me is being filled up. Dalmo. Okay, I'm gonna lean in closer. Dalmo, do you really want to phrase it like that? This is the internet we're talking about. The internet can hear you. You're sure about that? You're not gonna take it back? Okay.
What's up, Buttercups? This is a friendly reminder that this is my first and mostly blind playthrough of Pikmin 4. Please refrain from posting spoilers on upcoming areas, features, characters, or plot points that I haven't experienced yet. However, if you have any tips, tricks, or advice to share, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm more than happy to learn. With all that said, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get back to Pikmin 4. Thank you!
You can't see us. We're invisible.
What's up, Buttercups? My name is Scaletree, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pikmin 4. Today, we're going to be doing a bonus episode, because I could not, in fact, make the stream work, which breaks my heart, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes it just... a crash course of, like, 7+ hours isn't quite enough to get through where you want to be. But what I do want to do, because I don't want to disappoint all the lovely folks who want to see me read through Treasure Hoard and Piklopedia entries, is have a long bonus episode covering all of these little bits. I'm going to go through them one at a time. As you can see, both Schnauts and Dalmo have little exclamation points next to their icons. And apparently that's because I've completed the quests for them and just never noticed. Very clearly you can see these as far back as episode 6. So I sincerely apologize for any trouble or frustration that might have caused. We're going to go ahead and take care of those now. And I'm going to do the treasure catalog first. Badadoo! Ah, you've collected quite an impressive trove of goodies. It's humbling, really. It isn't much, but please accept this. We've collected 100 treasures, 50 material. Oh man, I should have done this ages ago. I'll remember for future reference. Please, if you will, let me appraise as many goodies as possible. I tell you, I'm always excited to lay eyes upon a new treasure. Oh, and we're super duper close to the next milestone, too. We only need 9 more. Schnauts, we're going to visit you again in fairly short order. And by short order, I mean immediately. I must say, you've collected a great deal of treasure. Even professional treasure hunters would be impressed. It seems you have not only a knack for rescuing stranded folks, but for finding precious things, too. So multi-talented. Aw, Schnauts. Schnauts, buddy, you're gonna make me blush. Actually, yeah, see? You're making Kip Kip blush. Look at that. Aw, shucks. Okay, enough stalling. Let's go ahead and start viewing the treasures. I've been reminded that I can also interact with the treasures too. So if I see the prompt for it, I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. Anyhow, here's the treasure catalog. Please do take a look. Okay. I'm only going to be reviewing all of the ones that say new, just because I think that's going to keep everything simple. So let's get started with the Dapper Rubber Cutie. Just look at this fellow, dressed to impress all in black. And impressed, I most certainly am. So impressed, I can't stop staring. I do hope it'll forgive me. It's just hard to act normal around someone so dapper. It truly is. Okay, duly noted. Schnauts really appreciates a person who's dressed to impress. Very nice, I'm learning more about you, Schnauts. I hope I pick up more on his character. In my original analysis video for Pikmin 4, which only covered the first 2 areas and stuff because I did not do that in my Let's Play, I mentioned that I didn't really notice too much greater about his character, and a certain commenter suggested that he was a hopeless romantic based off of certain treasure entries. And I'm hoping I can see more of that, because honestly, if that's true, that's adorable. Anyway, vanishing cookie. Is it possible for a cookie to be too delicious? It seems it is. This very cookie is so incredibly tasty that it vanishes almost as soon as it appears. Where it goes, nobody knows. But if you ever want to taste it, you'll have to move fast. That's not a thumbprint cookie, is it? If it is, I love thumbprint cookies, so I completely get it. You are not going to hear me arguing with you. Ah, olfactory sculpture. You can't see the artistry at work here with your eyes, but take a deep breath and your nose will behold the power and beauty at once. One whiff and your heart will light up. Surely this gorgeous olfactory sculpture belongs in an art gallery. I would say it does. Now, okay, hang on. I was told that if I could interact with this one, I could throw Pikmin at it and they would catch fire. Which is hysterical, by the way, if that's true. I need to figure out how to do that. Okay, well, Y toggles... Oh, man. I'm probably zooming into this part just so that you can see what I'm seeing. I know it's not going to look as glorious because things zoomed in don't capture the same pixel count, blah, 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 yada, yada. That's beautiful. I also love that the sound is a light switch. Oh, that's delightful. I guess it's A for observe? Oh, okay. A to look closer. Huh. Oh, you know what? That's a fun attention to detail. The candle flame will always point upward. Very cool. I don't know how to get Pikmin in here, if that is true. The slide whistle to reset. You know what? I'm appreciating more and more about the treasure hoard. I mean, I always appreciated it. It was one of my favorite features from Pikmin 2, but like... That's extremely funny. Go ahead and let me know how I can do the Pikmin thing with this, if I can. If I can't, then I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time by being a dodo. Let's keep going. Princess Pearl. It said a king gave this orb to his beloved daughter, and that it contains all the wisdom the princess would need as next ruler of the land. Note it is not especially flashy. One can assume that's because good leadership is not about flash, but about substance. Okay, first of all, I can appreciate that Schnauz respects that good leadership is about substance. Second of all, this is giving me Zelda vibes, specifically Wind Waker, which is my favorite Legend of Zelda game, and how there was a pearl for the Goddess of Wisdom, and that it was supposed to be kind of like held and passed down by the royal family, if I recall correctly. It's been many years since I've played. Either way, I love that. Next up, the Hoop of Passion. Is your relationship missing the spark it once had? Are you stuck in a rut with the one you love? This hoop can help. Step through the glowing pink light and feel the passion return. The warmth that shines upon you is sure to remind you of the day you met. Aww. That's severely adorable. What the hell? I love that so much. Greed inducement device. I remember this specifically. This dropped out of the giant Wally Hop. The spine-tingling snap created by this object stimulates feelings of greed within anyone in earshot. The reasons behind this are unknown. Perhaps it reawakens a primal sensation hidden in the depths of our hearts, but this is mere conjecture. Oh dear. Secured satchel. Store your valuables in this bag for guaranteed peace of mind. Of course, it's easier said than done. Its defenses make it impregnable and virtually impossible to break. But that's only a problem if you want to see your possessions ever again. Oh no. You know, I feel like if I put something into storage, I would eventually want to see it again, right? Otherwise, I would have just tossed it. Schnauts? Schnauts, buddy. Trap lid. What you see here is a cover used to disguise a pit or trap, probably as a way to catch small animals. The people of this planet hunted in groups and used their cunning to develop this system. Another proud example of civilization and its infinite wisdom. Man, I love looking at this so much. I'm so sorry for, like, pausing to just go woo every so often. But then again, that's kind of what you guys are here for, right? If you wanted a quiet read-through of the treasure hoard without any additional commentary, you could have gone somewhere else. But here we go, memory fragment. I feel like these basically all had the same description. And I guess I'll get to check because there's 2 new ones, so let's see. Do I see a face in this picture fragment? Is that part of a smile I see? No, it couldn't be. Or could it? Oh my, I feel like I'm gonna see whatever it is in my dreams. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I think that was very different. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That means I won't have to, like, skip this over in the future. Take a look at this strange treasure. Notice the gaps and protrusions. I'm certain they'd mesh well with something similar, yet different. Maybe this is some sort of key that opens something if you find the piece that makes it whole. Exciting! Not quite, but I'm sure we'll get there. Also, just from this piece alone, which I got ages ago, I am tentatively going to predict that whatever this picture is, it's gonna be a dog. I'm almost positive it's gonna be a dog, but who knows? I would be more than happy to be proven wrong. Sphere of Beginnings. When I stare at this sacred sphere, phrases like fresh start, new life, and clean slate float before my eyes. The Sphere of Beginnings is revered for its power to open doors and sprout fresh opportunities. It reminds us that a new chapter is always just a page away. Ah, That's very nice. Okay. Listen, I know all of these are basically advertisements, right? But I like to think that I'm learning more about Schnauts as I'm reading them. And I can appreciate and respect this guy's optimism, his panache, his vibes for life. That's very nice. I like it. Sphere of Vitality. Like those of us today, the ancient civilization here prized good health. But it was harder to come by in the olden times, so this orb became a powerful charm for bringing vitality to young and old alike. Even now, I feel more alive just looking at it. Sphere of Truth. Behold this sublime sphere! A shape this flawless does not exist in nature. And so, since ancient times, this orb and others like it have been treated as sacred by the civilization here. Each sphere has its own meaning. This one represents truth of the deepest kind. I really love the story that he's weaving with these series, by the way. I think it's so fun seeing the way all of these guys react to treasures. Speaking of treasures, the mock bottom, a classic. What's most impressive about this fruit is the way it's sweet in both flavor and aroma. Meanwhile, its pretty pinkish-orange coloring is lovely to behold. Of course, one can't ignore the shapely curves reminiscent of... Good manners dictate, I say no more. Suffice it to say, the mock bottom is quite a sensory experience.
The shapely curves. Oh my god. Buddy? I'm trying. Oh god. My face hurts. I'm grinning so hard. This is fantastic. Whoever wrote that needs a raise. Whoever translates these needs another raise. Anyway. Dawn pustules. It's difficult to say which aspect of this fruit is more charming. Its pretty emerald color or how easy it is to share with friends. Thankfully, you don't have to choose. Simply gaze upon the gorgeous green hue as you share its many orbs at a party. Delightful. I approve. Crimson Banquet. This thing is enormous. It's the size of an asteroid with hard, striped skin. It's not very inviting. So what a surprise it was to find that its insides are bursting with crimson juice, and seeds too. Plant these in a garden, and maybe more tasty asteroids will grow. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. It's been too long. It's been way too long since I've just had a chance to do this, so thank you all, everybody who suggested this. What a charming fruit this is, the juicy gaggle. If it had a personality, I'd say it was cute and bubbly. Such a vibrant and passionate color, too. There's just so much to love here. But like love itself, this fruit is delicate, so treat it with care. Ooh. Okay, there's a hint at Schnauz being a romantic. I love that. Show me more! Give me insight! Zest Bomb! A number of fruits look quite similar to this one, but while it may be rather forgettable in appearance, its refreshing fragrance will live in your memory forever. Those with a mature palate should also sample its bitter taste. A zesty experience indeed. You know, I really love limes, actually. I always ask for, like, extra lime juice on stuff when I go to Mexican places, or for extra, like, pre-sliced limes that I can drizzle it on myself. I've got a whole bottle of it in my fridge to dress up tacos and stuff with. Limes are fantastic. And speaking of limes, its cousin, the face wrinkler. The heart-squeezing excitement one feels upon falling in love the first time is not so different from the jaw-clenching salivation that occurs when one takes their first taste of this fruit. I dare say both experiences are thrilling, if just a touch painful. I'm not sure if I agree with you in this particular assessment. But, well, you know, I asked and I received. Take a look at that. More evidence. Oh, this evidence is piling up. Insect Condo. This fruit is a member of the plant family Bug-Eatinidae. As its name implies, the insect condo is a popular abode choice for a number of insects. And who can blame the bugs for taking up residence here? This fruit is not just homey, but also quite delicious. Sorry, Bug-Eatinidae got me. Dapper Blob. It looks for all the world like this fruit is wearing a jaunty hat. Ah, but the Dapper Blob's attire is beside the point. It's the juicy flesh inside. Deeply sweet, yet delightfully bitter, too. That's the real star of the show here. A fruit fit for royalty. Scaly Custard. It's a food, and yet it resembles some kind of scaly beast? Let's agree that the initial impression is not a good one. And yet, inside awaits a rich, creamy, culinary delight. Oh, you scaly custard, you. Many have judged you harshly, and for that, I'm truly sorry.
And this is the part where I remembered that certain treasure hoard items have actions. I guess you have to click A if it has a specific action. Thankfully, I don't think any of the ones I've gone through have it, except perhaps this one. Give me 1 second. No, not the notes. Sorry, sir. Observe, look closer. Aw, man, I was hoping that this would be able to... Always and forever? Oh. No, you can't do this to me. That's so sweet. What the hell? Okay, so what this tells me is that anything that is lying down flat, I need to look at again. Observe. Look closer. Is there anything on the other side? Nope. That's fine. Think the button is just a button. Huh. If there are any in particular you want me to take an extra look at, please let me know. And I will go ahead and do so perhaps in the next episode, after I do some Heroes Hideaway stuff, because let's be real, I am so doing some Heroes Hideaway stuff. I'm vibrating for it. For now, though, we are in chill mode, so let's move on with the Stellar Extrusion. Is this a fruit or a shooting star that's fallen to the ground? One taste, and the answer is yours. Better yet, cut this star into slices and enjoy yourself a fruity constellation. How heavenly. Excellent choice of words there. Very well done. When you lay your eyes upon the elegant tear shape of this fruit, it may just bring a tear to your own eye. The perfection of it makes everything else in life seem somehow less perfect. Then, when you taste how perfectly sweet it is, prepare to weep with joy. I seem to recall Brittany really liking the heroine's tear. Am I wrong? It's been an extremely long time. Slapstick Crescent. Clearly, this fruit was designed to be sent on outings with children. Note the built-in wrapper that's easy to remove. But children mustn't toss the wrapper on the ground. Someone is sure to slip on it and land on their behind. Hilarious? Maybe. Painful? Definitely. You sound like you've been through it, Schnauts. Did you slip on the peel for one of these? Oh dear. My poor sir. Maestro of Flavor. After subsisting on the blandest of spacefaring food, I was not prepared for the symphony of flavors this dish unleashed on my tongue. The sublime melding of the top and the bottom flavors. Surely a culinary maestro orchestrated this masterpiece. Very nice. Now, I'm not a sushi person, so I don't think I would agree with you on principle, but I can respect somebody who would describe food that way, so kudos. Fish bed snack. As far as I can tell, this is some sort of fish atop some sort of white stuff. The specifics don't matter as much as the taste, which is good. Nothing too fancy or ostentatious, just the kind of back-to-basics flavor profile that we all crave now and again. Ooh, you know, I bet... Oh! Are these... This is in that series that, Frise. Frise wants me to collect all these. Okay, well, don't I feel silly. Okay, yeah, I've collected a lot more instruments than I thought. And I hope you don't mind, I'm gonna see if I can make these make noise. Okay, not that one. Spouse alert? Can I do spouse alert? Oh. Well, just moving it around made it jingle, which I can appreciate. That's very good. I need to take a second to enjoy the fact that these things can make sound in theory. None of them are giving me the option to do action. I'm so sad. Please. I'm begging you.
let me make noises. I have such simple desires. My life is full of tragedy. Okay, ambiguous hostile. It seems that something, or more likely some things, lived within the inner cavity of this device. What were these things? What was their purpose? Were they forced to live there together as part of an experiment? Some things are destined to remain unknown. This is still an extremely funny name for an ocarina. I think it's fantastic. I think the only thing that could have possibly made that better is if it were blue, in like some kind of Zelda homage. You know, I remember this treasure distinctly. This is the one that played the Pikmin 3 menu theme. I'm gonna see if anything surely can act. It must be this. Yes, it can! Oh, man. Okay. You know what? My curiosity has been satisfied for the better. Bless. This makes me really miss playing Pikmin 3. It's been a very, very, very long time because my friend hasn't had their Wii U set up in ages. That's how I ended up being able to play it. So... Also, I'm no longer in that state, so rip. Emperor Whistle. Healing tones are old news? Well, greet the new trend. Super sounds of awakening. Air passing through the inner chamber plays a high note that acts as an acoustic refreshment. Are we sure we want to call it a refreshment? I feel like it would startle me the hell awake, personally. But then again, I know your job is to advertise, so you're gonna make everything sound a little bit fancier, a little bit better than it is. Amplified amplifier. Your voice is weak. It does not carry. No one notices you. If this is true, then this item is for you. Starting today, you are a gym teacher. You will never be ignored again. Oh, that's a great way to describe it. I can respect that. Turn of events track. What a profound curve this track here exhibits. It's not so different from life. Sometimes you think you know where you're going, but then a curve in the track takes you for an unexpected ride. There's no getting off this train, so sit back and enjoy the surprise. That seems very go with the flow of you. I can respect that. Thrill ride track. When a sharp turn catches you by surprise, what do? Slam on the brakes or throw open the throttle? No matter which choice you make, you're in for a heart-pounding thrill ride. Best to grab that seatbelt if you've got one. Monster teeth. What enormous creature could these teeth belong to? And how did it come to part with them? The mind reels to imagine it all. Though this much we do know. The straightness and whiteness of the teeth suggest it had access to excellent dental care. I mean, I don't think those are actually dentures. Yeah, they can't be, because look at those hinges. There's no way you could put them over your gums. My good sir, the dental care here was very fake. It's okay, you don't need to know this. You live your best life the way all of these lovely Pikmin people do. Brush of foolishness. The soft bristles of this brush. How good they feel when scrubbing one's own back. But how easy it is to lose yourself in the feeling. As they say, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Don't be fooled by this brushing vice. Know when enough is enough. Are you implying that you got scratched up by this after doing it too much? Sir. False lollipop, which I still Hold is an extremely weird name for this treasure. What a surprise it is to find that this lollipop offers no flavor at all. The odd protuberance is neither sweet nor savory, and yet mysteriously it lures one into sucking on it. Even more surprising, once you have a taste of this flavorless lollipop, you are almost certain to feel so soothed that hours fly by in a satisfied haze. Oh, dear. Is there something you want to tell us, Schnauts? Maternal sculpture. Its shape. It is at once familiar and also comforting. Surely this sculpture was erected to remind us that a mother's love is universal. No comment. No comment at all. Noble goo. What a regal color this is! Noble and dignified in hue, it demands a solemn deference from all who gaze upon it. No wonder it's the color of kings, queens, and other folk of high status. I confess, I yearn to have a coat made of this color myself. Schnauts, you are this color! Your hair's purple. Your suit's not mostly. Your suit's trim is purple. You too can impart upon the noble goo. Speaking of goo, we've got true goo. Some say this hue is the absence of all color. Others say, in fact, it's all colors combined. I, for one, believe both are true. No, I don't know the whys and hows of it, but I do know this color goes nicely with every other color out there. And that must mean something. Perhaps it does. One of the works in progress I have actually has to do with, like, very strongly with colors. As in, characters' personalities are determined by the cultural associations we have with them. And the fact that white is a scattering of all other colors is severely cool. It lent a lot of intrigue into working with that specific character. Anyway, lamp of inspiration. This lamp is the very definition of inspiring. With the figure of a proud woman holding a torch on high, it not only lights up a room with its glow, but lights up the spirits of those who gaze upon it. Contemplation station? Shout out to the user who put an Ace Attorney reference into episode 7, because it is indeed the thinker. I lost it when I read that comment. That was fantastic. Thank you. When one comes upon this landmark, one can't help but contemplate many things. First, what is this figure contemplating? Moreover, what should I be contemplating? Open your mind to big questions like these, and you're sure to contemplate great things. I love the writing in these games. Good grief. Giant's fossil. This fossil is all that remains of a heroic giant from ancient times. He was known for showing compassion to not only allies, but enemies. As we contemplate his revered visage, we should let his past benevolence act as a guide for our own behavior today. Mystery squish fish. What a mysterious new species of fish! Its body is transparent, yet inside it's full of a black liquid. Give it a good squeeze, and this liquid squishes right out. The liquid is tasty, although quite salty, to be honest. Surely that must mean it comes from the sea. My partner freaked out in a good way when they saw these, because it's just like, oh, soy sauce. And I had no idea what these were, so I'm glad that I could get that clarification. Noodleite shell. This is a fossil of an ancient sea creature. Sure, it looks like nothing but a brown blob from above, but flip it over and surprise! It sparkles like a gem lit from the inside. The iridescent pattern reminds of a water-dwelling newt found on my home planet. Ooh! Lore on Sigare, perhaps? We've got a little bit of a wet world over there? I always thought that would be kind of interesting, actually. I like thinking about the planets that the Pikmin captains and characters come from. And Schnauz has such an interesting eye shape that it led me to wonder what kind of world might be able to do that. And I've got a lot of thoughts about eyes in general from a spec bio sense. Water. Okay, I'm gonna be rotating this in my brain later. Anyway. Relentless Spear. In times of old, competitors would face off against one another to see who could throw this enormous spear the farthest. It was said that the only way to take the winner's spot was to train as relentlessly as the spear flies. That is to say, competitors had to give their all to their spear training. Nothing less than total focus, total dedication, and total confidence would do. Those who would give their all found they could throw the spear very far indeed. Reminds me of, like, javelin tossing in Scottish tournaments. I like that. Glinty circular disc. Wave Race? Is that the name on it? Huh. Never heard of that game. Is that real, or is this made up? Let me know in the comments. This disc vexes me greatly. I've analyzed it, meditated over it, and even given it a good whack or two, and I still can't decipher its purpose. But drawing upon my rather prodigious treasure knowledge, I surmise it is either a piece of equipment used for gathering solar energy, or it's a weapon capable of reflecting light at troublesome beasts to scare them off. Quite useful either way. Man, if only he knew. Soul Reverberator. Now, I have to wonder, does this have an action? Ah, it doesn't. Does, however, have information on the back. Stuff about longer battery life. Oh, that's fun. The attention to detail in this game is unreal. And I don't think I'm gonna stop saying that until I'm literally done playing it through. Actually, scratch that. I'm never gonna stop saying it. Like, I'm gonna be advertising this game 20 or 30 years from now, like, you should really see the attention to detail there, Sonny. The implications of this technology are quite frightening. Not only does it broadcast music played by a musician, but pieces of the musician's own soul. They always knew they put their hearts and souls into their songs, but this takes it to a whole new level. That's so cute. Next up, we've got the Crush Nugget, which is a name I still really like for a cherry tomato. If a crush was a taste rather than a feeling, this fruit is where you'd go experience it. This feeling starts small when you take that first bite and think, I'm not so sure I like it. But then you take another bite, and another, only to discover that you not only like the taste, but have come to love it. Suddenly, you have a full-blown food crush on your hands. Just remember, many things in life are an acquired taste, so be sure to keep an open mind. Fundamentally, Schnauz, I must say I agree with you. Many things in life are, in fact, an acquired taste, and keeping an open mind is important. That said, I hate raw tomatoes. Sorry, dude. Foolish fruit. I'm told the strange fruit is called a foolish fruit. With its odd shape and silly hat, it does have a rather goofy air about it. Still, there's no need to make fun. It's perfect just how it is. Whatever you say, sir. I'm afraid I am legally obligated to not be a fan of eggplant. What exactly that means is probably not what you're thinking. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that a mystery because I just think that's funnier. Ring of Return Shield. See how this shield is engraved with the image of a massive ringed planet? In ancient times, the ring was thought to be a curse that caused space travelers to forever end up right back where they began. But nowadays, the ring has come to represent a joyful return home after a long journey. It was also customary to give this shield to someone you love, in hopes it would bring them home to you safely. That's precious! Honestly, okay. I wasn't expecting to get lore for early space travelers, but I'm happy I got it. Okay, so I'm assuming the space travelers in question are, you know, these types of Pikmin people, right? From all of these little planets. The fact that it was thought to be a curse, but it's come to represent joy. Now, I don't know about this specific shield, like shield in air quotes, being used to give it to someone you love, but the image alone is so damn sweet. I don't know if he's extrapolating, but I'm going to call this world building because I just enjoy it that much, and as a result, I'm adopting it. You know, it is law. Spirit Sword. This sword is known for bestowing on its owner the power to make allies of forest spirits. Clearly, it was given this odd green hue in anticipation of forest combat. The color does seem rather bright for any forest we know of, but maybe forests here are very vibrant? Not quite, Schnauz. Sorry, mate. Ice Sword. Clearly, this ancient sword was forged in battle on some sort of an ice planet. Just look at it! The deep blue coloring is evident that it once had powers that worked best in below freezing temperatures. I could swear, all these eons later, it's still cold to the touch. I am so charmed. I love this game. Bright Sword. This sword's sunny sparkle is sure to catch the eye of your opponent during battle. And that's your chance! As they blink away the brightness, thrust the pointy end at their weak spot and finish them! Cowardly? That's up to you. History is written by the victor. You know what? I respect that spunk, my dude. You got it. Difficult choice totem. Looks like this is the last one for the treasure hoard for now. This tool can be helpful when one finds oneself faced with an especially hard choice. Simply roll the stone and leave the decision up to fate. But when the roll ends abruptly, will you like the decision fate picked for you? Or will you wish you decided for yourself? Man, you don't need to get deep on me right here. This is my first recording session in like 3 weeks. I'm barely awake. It's still early. Wow. Thank you, Schnauz. Do drop by anytime you'd like to peruse the treasure catalog. I will. Thank you so much, my good sir. I greatly appreciate that you would let me do that for you, buddy. Or with you, I guess. For you. Oh, man. Wow. To give you a sense of scale for how long I've been recording, it's been, I think, 46 minutes since I hit the record button. But you know what? We're here to chill. We're here to chill. We're here to vibe. It's Piklopedia time, and Dalmo, I believe, has also some raw materials to give to me. So, let's chat, buddy.
Ne papa.
Ne papa. Thank you for your help. I feel like an empty space inside me is being filled up. Dalmo. Okay, I'm gonna lean in closer. Dalmo, do you really want to phrase it like that? This is the internet we're talking about. The internet can hear you. You're sure about that? You're not gonna take it back? Okay. All the Little Darlings 3, we got 20 more materials. That is a little bit of a bummer. Schnauz gave me a lot more, but listen, Dalmo, I like your vibes. It's all good. Ah, that was so fascinating. You must let me know if you find any more new snarly snugglers out there. Oh! Okay, it looks like we'll be seeing you pretty soon, too. Only 11 more species. I'm sure we can find that in Hero's Hideaway. And of course, it's time for the Piklopedia. Let's go! You gave me so much info about the creatures here, you know. Tell me, did any particular one touch your heart? Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out, my guy.
Let's give it a look-see.
Now then, if you want to really have a fun time, why don't we imagine the ecology of various wild creatures together?
I'm pretty sure if someone asked me that in real life, that would be like flirting 100. I would go on a date with that person immediately. Oh, dear. Guys, I am such a biology nerd. Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait any longer, my buddy. Ooh. Wait, what? Jumbo Bulborb? What are you talking about? When did I fight this? Is this just a chonkier than average? It is. Oh, wait, oh! Oh, is this the Bulborb that shows up during night expeditions? Because it's walking around. Oh, that's sick. Okay, sorry. Notes time. Jumbo. That word sets an image in your mind. Being larger than others of its species means its heart is proportionally bigger too, so its devotion to its family also grows. When it savagely bites, it's only doing so to protect those it cares about. The most loving critters can sometimes also be the fiercest. Makes sense to me, Dalmo. Next up, we've got the Fiery Bulblax, a classic from Pikmin 2. When I see this blazing beastie, I get a rush of excitement. It's easy to lose track of time while staring fixated at the flame-enshrouded form of the Fiery Bulblax. Its appearance brings to mind ancient molten landscapes from an era before our earliest ancestors. Dude, you have captured my attention most raptly. The Hadean Eon was quite the time for planet Earth. Now, I'm sure you're referring to your home planet, my good sir, but we've had something very similar, and learning about the deeper geologic history of Earth is so damn cool. Not sponsored or anything, but I have to plug in PBS Eons here because, oh man, I could watch those videos on loop forever and I would never be bored. They're so good. Next up, Arctic Cannon Larva. Whether or not there's snow on the ground, when this surprising sweetie comes around, you can have a snowball fight anytime. But don't expect it to go easy on you. You're in for a one-sided defensive battle, and you might end up looking like a snowman by the end. Goodness knows, these guys caused me a bit of trouble in the Sub-Zero sauna. Actually, that would be a funny piece of art, like Kip getting bowled over by one of these, and then she emerges looking like a snow person. That would be super cute. Next up, we've got the Arctic Cannon Beetle, of course, the big guy. A beautiful armored bug that sparkles like a diamond. The sight of it busily tromping along, the way it sucks in air and spews out snowballs. Everything about it is remarkable. While standing transfixed by its stunning appearance, you'll end up covered in snow for sure. Thank you for the warning, my good sir. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. I lost like 15, 16, 20 ice Pikmin to my sins. Oh god. Wow, we got a lot of Dweevils to look at. It's so nice to see them again. Dweevils are so fun. Fiery Dweevil. That perfectly polished crimson color, like something hand-finished by a true master craftsman, is a feast for the eyes. Its brilliant color is actually made through layer upon layer of very fine fibers being stacked together. Nature is the most skilled crafter. Amen! That said, fibers. I'm not sure if I would use fibers to describe the exterior of a fiery Dweevil. Maybe I need to look more into insect endoskeletons. I'm not as big on arthropods as I am other types of creatures, although they are extremely fascinating nonetheless. Anyway, next up, Hydrodweevil. It's bewitching to behold the way it skitters around on those long, slender, lapis lazuli blue legs while carrying treasure on its back. If, in an excess of excitement, you reach out a hand to touch it, a startling splash should deter you. Be calm and quiet around this beastie. Dalmo, you are a man after my own heart. I feel ya. I feel you, buddy. Ice-blown Dweevil. Ooh, that's a cute name for it. I like it. Achoo! It's always important to keep your cool, but my proximity to this frosty darling may be making me a bit too cold. Just one blow from this critter as it skitters about on its icy long legs is quite chilling indeed. Aww. Oh, Venom Dweevil. Is that what we're calling these now? I'm pretty sure the poison-spewing Dweevils had a different name in Pikmin 2. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Is this just another different color of Dweevil? Not at all. You see here a fashion leader of the critter world. There was once a purple one as well, but this year's trendy color is green. Be sure to bring protective gear to see it, though. This skittering sweetie can produce a toxic gas if threatened. There was once a purple one as well. Okay, so either the purple variant of this has gone extinct, has moved on to other pastures, or has evolved into this green one. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, and of course, how could we possibly forget the groovy long legs? I love that this specifically is shown at night because, oh my god. That is exactly the way somebody should look at that thing. Look at the glow. Oh, bless. With mesmerizing lights that pierce through the darkness and a low groove that stirs your soul, how can you not get your dance on? Is it a creature or a machine? Who cares? Everyone can join this party. A word of caution, though. Be careful you don't dance right under one of its feet. Dalmo, we gotta hang out. Like, I'm not even saying it has to be a date or anything. We gotta, like, go somewhere. We gotta talk critters. We gotta dance. We gotta just, like, we gotta vibe, my man. I respect you so much. You just have that kind of energy. You know what I mean? Startle Spore. These don't just mimic a growth of mushrooms for the fun of catching you by surprise. They also use the opportunity to spread poison around quite indiscriminately. But that's just this little darling's idiosyncratic method for catching its prey. We should learn from the way nature embraces such unique and varied creatures. Now, I did have a comment say that I should check the Startle Spore. This entry isn't immediately gripping me too hard, but what I can do is engage it. Am I missing something here? I think perhaps I am. I'll be willing to try again if I get a little bit of clarification. What could I be missing? Maybe it was something in the article. Let's go back to the Piklopedia. They spread poison around quite indiscriminately. Little darling's idiosyncratic method of catching its prey. I mean, that said, I do like this Piklopedia entry for sure. I certainly can appreciate the way nature embraces such unique and varied creatures. Evolution and the natural progression of creatures, like, changing over time, natural selection, it's just so fascinating to me. I literally got into college for that. For studying Evo Eco, so. Moving right along, apologies for the detour, I just had to check, was the Moldy Dwarf Bulborb. Picture this scenario. Like this poor darling, you're unconscious but no longer in control of your own body. Someone or something else has taken you over. A horrifying concept, isn't it? But what if the thing controlling you couldn't live if it didn't do that? Sometimes it's simply a matter of survival. Oh no. Oh. That's horrifying. These poor Bulborbs. Oh god. I almost feel less guilty about killing them because I'd be putting them out of their misery. I would hate to be conscious but not in control of my body. That sounds dreadful. Good grief. Withering Blowhog. You can have a bit of fun with this one by giving it a good poke and watching it wobble and sway through the air like a balloon. Poke it too much, though, and it may spew gas and fly off. It's a mischievous little darling, and the way it scatters flowers and cackles is quite charming. My good sir, in many ways I agree with you. However, speak for yourself. This guy is an asshole. He's such an asshole. And every time I saw a Withering Blowhog in Pikmin 2, I would almost always prioritize killing that above anything else. I hate those things. Lesser Spotted Jellyfloat. Notice the elegant way it floats and its delicate transparency? The mystical sky blue color always catches my gaze and won't let go. Even when the drifting darling sucks up Pikmin, it doesn't eat them, but gently envelops them. What a sweetheart. Aww. I do like jelly floats. I think they're incredibly cute enemies. This lovely floating critter sucks up food by stretching and contracting its body. It's hard to imagine such a graceful creature could be of this world. It would be rather exciting to get sucked in with all the treasures in Pikmin to float on forever. But if that really happened, I wouldn't be of this world for long either. Right. Because if I recall correctly, jelly floats do eventually digest Pikmin. It just takes a long, long time. And that particular jelly float wounded Kip Kip when she was sucked in. So, fair enough. You gotta approach these things with caution. Wally Hop, a classic. With a distinct pallor, almost like it was painted with white face paint, it gives off an air of a performing mime. This cutie can jump with quiet refinement, never moving its plump jowls at all. It's graceful and expressive in the most unexpected ways. Plump jowls. What a descriptor. Chili Hop. Slick and bulbous with a refreshingly frank face. That's one classy hopper. When it lands after jumping, it spills out cold air all around it. Mischievous and cool? This little fella needs to leave some personality for the rest of us. Is being slick and bulbous also part of its personality? I'm just gonna move on. Master Hop. Oh, this is the big one! This is the dummy thick one that died in like half of a second. Okay. Awesome. Wiggly elastic skin is the proper fit for this bouncing beauty. Slippery smooth and shiny sleek, its skin is soft as a baby's cheeks. Though you might want to be wary of getting close enough to touch it. Just watching it move will make you yearn for skin that is more radiantly lustrous too. Dalmo, are you projecting a desire for a better skincare routine? Because if so, I'm not sure if you need it. You look quite fabulous. Puckering Blino. These form a group and then swim gracefully along together as though joined in an underwater dance. Are they a family or traveling as a school? It might be enlightening to watch them with a submersible camera, very quietly so they don't notice. Aww. Pricklepuff. You're one of the newbies. To watch it swimming dreamily along, then spot it again walking plip-plop in tidal flats. The contrast is so great I can only admire its adaptability. But don't be drawn in by its cute round little peepers. Much like a rose, the Pricklepuff has very sharp thorns. True that. It took me by quite a big surprise, in fact. Waddlepuss. This accomplished napper can snore away a whole day, but just watching the peaceful look on its snoring face conveys a feeling of contentment. Also, if you get up close enough, it can blow bubbles that will envelop you. Have a fun float. It's like dreaming. I'm not sure if that's a good thing per se, but I can appreciate your optimism. I can tell you very much enjoy this. Next up, we've got the adult peckish aristocrab. Click, click, click goes the crab's pincer as it tries to impress other crabs. The crab with the biggest claw will be the most popular. Being popular means not having to work as hard to claw their way to the top of the crustacean hierarchy. The natural world is a lot like our world in that way. True. Gotta look all fancy and impressive, I suppose. Gotta bring in those mates. You. Crusted rump pup, you gave me so many problems. Ugh. Delmo, how are you going to endear me to this guy? Because right now I'm looking at him and I'm squinting in, I wouldn't say fury, but probably disdain. With a red carapace curved like a jaunty sun hat and a tail sporting vivid yellow tufts, this critter is a natural illustration of good fashion. But its face and personality exhibit only true ferocity. It will open its mouth wide and charge you with alarming speed. The juxtaposition of artistic exterior coupled with an aggressive attitude is intriguing. Okay, you know what? I can respect that description. Thank you for acknowledging the fact that this thing is quite ferocious. Pearly Clam Clamp. On hills or in the sea, wherever it may be, it never moves from its spot. It will sit and wait for someone to wander past. Someone being prey, preferably, though it could also be the someone who knows the value of the beautiful shell or the pearl it holds nestled inside. Can I just say, like, looking at it here, I love the nacreous interior of the clam. It reminds me very strongly of the shells that I picked up while I was in California last week. It's bringing me good memories. Water Wraith is up next. Our good old friend. A living thing is a living thing, even if it transcends our understanding. This unnerving creature is translucent and has no actual physical body to speak of. Yet somehow it clutches its rollers with zealous devotion. It's both eerie and fascinating, don't you agree? It's certainly something, I'll tell you that. Next up, Winged Pikmin! These peculiar little flyers look like they're wearing goggles. Don't be put off by their odd appearance, though. Places that seem like dead ends, such as treacherous roads, lakes, swamps, and sheer cliffs, are nothing to them when they're not carrying anything. With a few flaps of their tiny wings, they flit through the air like fierce fairies. I mean, in Pikmin 3, they could carry things through most of those. Is this kind of subtle proof that they can't really do that as much in Pikmin 4? Perhaps. I do love describing them as fierce fairies, though. That feels extremely apt to their Pikmin 3 demeanors. White Pikmin! They're just vibing there. Oh, that's so cute! Look at them! My friends! Sorry, I love them. Anyway. These tiny white Pikmin can dart about quite swiftly. Their bold red eyes are as charming as they are startling. Like a flower that has sharp thorns, these cute little ones possess a potent poison. Such small critters need to be tough to survive. True. Big mood. Purple Pikmin, my boys! It's a profoundly heavy feeling holding a living thing in your arms. It can be overwhelming to realize this thing is really alive. That said, these little ones have a density to them that makes them extremely heavy. To hold them at all is difficult. But don't worry, they're strong enough that they can hold you. I want to be held by a purple Pikmin. Lift me up, little guys. I love you all. Burgeoning spiderwort. Is this really new? Is it? You know what? I shouldn't be surprised. I got shocked at the fact that I think in episode 8, I beat up one of these things to collect the berries, and I got the tutorial notification for getting ultra spicy spray from farming these. And that took me so off guard, because I could have sworn I farmed them at least a little bit in the Sun-Speckled Terrace, but I guess not. Huh. What do you know? Anyway. This fruit, unlike a pellet, is juicy and pulpy. What's more, that's not just any juice inside it. There's a super spicy spice in there. Eating spicy things can be a fun way to jumpstart our taste buds. Perhaps the Pikmin in this world like to spice things up as well. Oh my god. Glow Pikmin! Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I need to know what you say. Here you are, far from home, stranded on a strange planet with a night even more dangerous than the unforgiving day. But in that night, the faint, gentle light given off by these gloriously glowing little beans brings hope to our adventures. Little beans! That shine is a beacon of life that we recognize in our hearts. Little beans. Little beans. I'm never gonna get over that. Canonically, we've got somebody calling a little baby creature a little bean in a Nintendo game. I'm enthralled. I know I said it earlier, but I'm severely charmed by the text of Pikmin games. Oh my god. Pikmin writers, I love you. Thank you. One last thing, we've got the Luminol. Nature is a high-risk, high-reward type of environment. The Luminol braves the danger, risking self-destruction to emit a light that lures creatures so it can propagate more glow Pikmin using glow pellets. But is that all? Could the glow sap also be luring us? Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting to end this session with something quite so ominous. I believe Yanni might be the best person to ask about that. And I think even if the answer is yes, he'll probably take some level of delight in it, like, oh, I'm sure. Ah, man, I've missed recording. This has been so fun. I mean, I haven't technically played anything. This has mostly been like a voice warm-up and getting me back used to being behind the microphone, as well as, of course, a way to get through these parts because I did want to do it. It's just, you know, it's been a while. And I feel like I might do this between areas moving forward so that I can have a nice bulk recording session like this one to serve as long, soothing bonus episodes. Hopefully next time I'll actually be able to stream. But we'll have to see. I'm gonna try to make a new buffer. Not today, I just don't have time, but some other point I want to. So that I can focus on finishing getting those edited, and while I have them queued for release over, I don't know, a few weeks or something, I can step back and try to figure out what exactly I was missing. In the meantime, how could you possibly pull yourself away from these charming creatures? Come see me when you're ready to take another look. I will. It's gonna be a while, but next time, I'm going to make extra sure that if either of you guys have an exclamation point, I'll visit you, because good gravy, I feel very silly, but I mean, to be fair, they didn't show up as exclamation points in the little mini-map here. Anyway, I believe that pretty much covers everything I wanted to do for this bonus episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the Piklopedia entries and hearing my comments on it. Mostly I just wanted to chill, relax, kind of enjoy the atmosphere. Reading all this stuff again is such a treat, and I'm thrilled to be able to have the chance to read it out loud for all of you. Hopefully this episode is going to be extra nice for people who like my voice and or put on my videos to sleep, because I read all the comments. I see you. I know you're out there. And this is just going to be a nice long episode of me reading and continuously talking. So hopefully for those of you who like to sleep to my voice, episodes like these are going to be a big help. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna get back to recording, and you won't see it for a little while yet, but very soon. Dun 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 dun. I'm finally, capital F finally, gonna do Heroes Hideaway. And I cannot wait. So that'll give you something to look forward to for the next episode. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you around. Goodbye, everyone!